What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another player prop video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man, and I'm excited to get into this Tuesday slate of games. We're going to go over every single sport. As always, we're on propsmadeeasy.com, only $20 a month. Best tools in the whole entire globe, planet, ecosystem. And you need to be a part of it. If you're not, then you're on drugs and you need to get some type of intervention going for you. All right. Anyway, so we're going to start off with NFL. We're going to go sport by sport, kind of touch on a few sports books too, just to kind of see where the biggest differentials are. We're going to start with NFL. We're going to move our way through all the sports and all that good stuff. Anyway, but I'm going to be giving you a lot of EV, a lot of positive money making props here. I make a good bit of money every single night. Some nights I have down nights, and some weeks will be down weeks, but I have big moments to end up me being majorly profitable every single year off sports betting. So make sure you pay attention, make sure you continuously use the data, and let's get straight into it. So looking at NFL, Caleb Williams over 205 point over 204.5 passing yards is a 4 sportsbook differential on the Props Made Easy tools. All right, this average sportsbook line, where you'll see sportsbook line right here, the consensus sportsbook line for him is at 208.5. Player projection is at 210.2. Now, one thing that sticks out Props Made Easy from all the rest is it's not only showing you the difference between the average sportsbook lines comparative to where the line is on Prizepicks, it's also AI technology will simulate this game 10,000 times down to the play level to give you the most accurate representation of where the data really likes through simulation, the AI simulation, right? And then the sportsbook line is showing you the most accurate representation of where Vegas is as a whole when we look at all of them together, all right? So the over 204.5 is good value at a 4 sportsbook differential there. Davon A-Chain, under 69.5 rushing yards at a -4 sportsbook differential. 65.5 is his average line throughout the industry. 62.3 is his projection, -7.2. So not only do you get the -4, but you got the -7.2. Great spot there. Patrick Mahomes, under 240.5 passing yards at a -4 as well. 236.5 is his average sportsbook line. 222 per player projection, -18.1 projection differential. So great spot on the under for Patrick Mahomes. Jordan Love, under 249.5 passing yards at a -4 sportsbook differential. 245 sportsbook line on average on the under. Player projection of 236.1, a -13.4. So great spot there as well. Let's go over one more. Jaylen Warren, under 57.5 rushing plus receiving. This is for the Thursday night football, and I'll just look at Thursday night alone here in a second. Under 57.5 rushing plus receiving at a -3.29. Great spot on the under on his rushing plus receiving at 57.5. 54.2 is his average line throughout the sports books. We have him wow. We have him projected at 45.9, all right? A -11.6 projection differential. So sorry about the stuttering and shit. It's late at night here. But anyway, under on the Jaylen Warren, 57.5 rushing plus receiving at a -3.29. Now, with that being said, I want to look at just that game. So I'm going to type in Pittsburgh over here on Props Made Easy, and we're going to get the biggest differentials in that Thursday night football game. Jaylen Warren under 57.5, just talked about it. Jaylen Warren's under receiving yards at 15.5 at -2.67. Najee Harris under 68.5 rushing yards at a -2.11. Russell Wilson over 10.5 rushing yards at a 1.44. Najee Harris under 79.5 rushing plus receiving yards at a -1.29. This is probably going to be a solid defensive battle here, is what it's really appearing like through Vegas, especially with where the lines are set on Prizepicks. I mean, a ton of unders are liked for this game, 100%. So, all right, moving on. Let's look at a few other sports books. All right, let's check Prizepicks Demon real quick. Jerry Jeudy over 69.5 receiving yards is a 55.5 chance to hit over his last 20. Jerome Ford over 29.5 rushing yards is a 55.56. Again, these are just the demon plays. So with the demon plays, it's showing you the percent that they have hit this over a certain amount of time. All right. Moving on, Prizepicks Goblins. Some of the bigger differentials that you will see here are on the Goblins. Why? Because they are those discounted lines over on Prizepicks. And but if you put them in your slip, you will have payout decreases. Jameis Winston over 174.5 passing yards at 37.56 sportsbook differential would be your absolute best one to go with for NFL. All right, in that Thursday night football game. Moving on. Underdog fantasy. We got Justin Herbert under 249.5 passing yards at the top. Then we got Davon A-Chain under 68.5 rushing yards at a -3. Brian Robinson Jr. under 66.5 rushing yards at a -3. Those are going to be your absolute best. Better picks. You got some big ones. You got some values over there. You've got some discounts over there on Better. Over Jameis Winston 0.5 passing attempts is a 33 sportsbook differential. You can get that free square in. These others are 2. As you can see among the other sportsbooks, you got better value on other sportsbooks, so no point in really getting involved there right now. DK pick 6. Again, not a ton of sportsbook differentials there. Dabble, tight as well. Vivid picks, you got the Saquon Barkley over 0.5 discount going on rushing yards, so we got the over there at a 96 sportsbook differential. Justin Herbert under 249.5 passing yards at a -4. Davon A-Chain again under 68.5 rushing yards. Brian Robinson Jr. under 66.5 rushing yards at a -3. Over here for parlay play, we got a couple 2.5. Cedric Tillman over 40.5 receiving yards at a 2.5 sportsbook differential, and Elijah Moore over 30.5 receiving yards at a 2.5 there as well. FanDuel, some 2.5s again. Sleeper Jaylen Warren under 57.5 rushing plus receiving at the top of the list at a 3.29. I'm going to get through this fairly quickly. Hard Rock, nothing really for Hard Rock. For Fliff, it's tight as well. NFL same line. For NFL same line, nothing too crazy on Prizepicks. Over on Better, you've got Russell Wilson under 16.5 passing completions. Right there on the edge at a 52.7. Not too bad. DraftKings pick 6, same thing. Nothing much for Dabble. Vivid picks. NFL same line is when all of the sportsbooks, if most of the sportsbooks, if not all, are on the same line. So then we find a consensus odds through their odds. Vivid picks, nothing. Hard Rock. Okay, so Hard Rock is one of the plus EV sites. We have optimized our EV over at Props Made Easy. So if you go over to Hard Rock, the top option, even though it says 50.8, the best EV play is George Pickens over 55.5 receiving yards on Hard Rock. Okay, the consensus odds for his over 55.5 receiving yards is -126 across the industry. If we go over here to DraftKings and we take a look at the odds for George Pickens 55.5 receiving yards, you will see that DraftKings has it at -125 on the over 55.5. Then you go back here and you see Hard Rock has the line at -115. So you're getting solid EV grabbing him at -115 opposed to the other sportsbooks. So -126 is his consensus odds, and again, you're getting it plus EV at -115 over on Hard Rock. Devin Bush under 5.5 tackles plus assists. You get this at -110 on Hard Rock, whereas his consensus is -118 on the under. It's only a 49% chance to hit because the odds are so tight to begin with. But one play that does stick out a good bit to me is the Chris Boswell play, over 1.5 field goals made. -135 is how you can get it over on Hard Rock. -142 is the average consensus odds for him. So let's look at field goals made for Chris Boswell over on DraftKings real quick. Field goals made. Boswell over 1.5 at -145. And you can get it for -135 over on Hard Rock. So that's pretty much what the plus EV does now, the optimized EV for Props Made Easy. Same thing for FanDuel. Let's take a look at FanDuel. Jameis Winston over 33.5 passing attempts is going to be our best EV play over on FanDuel. Even though it's a 50.38 chance to hit due to the -124 consensus odds, you're still getting major EV here. Because why? You're getting Jameis Winston over 33.5 passing attempts at a -08 line, opposed to him normally being around -124 on other places. Let's check DraftKings real quick again. While we're doing this, let's do this again. Passing attempts. Jameis Winston's line is at 33.5 over at -125. So it's -125 over on DraftKings. It's -108 on FanDuel. Again, plus EV play. Grab it. Jameis Winston's over 18.5 passing completions. -120 on FanDuel. You can get it at -132 on other sites. So the consensus odds are where most of the sportsbooks are. And then you look at where FanDuel is. EV, you get it at -120. You get it at better odds. Again, you could lose. I have professional better friends who lose most of their slips. All right, most of their slips miss, but the ones that hit are so plus EV that they're ahead every single month, every single time. That is what plus EV is all about. You feel what I'm saying? It's about the long game. It's about how many bets you get in. All right, anyway, moving on. Sleeper. Sleeper's got a really good one here with George Pickens under 4.5 receptions. You do have the chance to hit, so the payout on this is not going to be too crazy, but it is EV nonetheless. Minus 141 on Sleeper is how you can get it on Sleeper. Under George Pickens receptions at 4.5 is minus 151 across the industry. If we look over on DraftKings, here we go. I mean, shit, since we got it up, why not? Receptions. George Pickens under at minus 150 at 4.5. You're getting it at minus 141 on Sleeper. That's what makes him the top play on this board right here and the best EV option. Jameis Winston over 18.5 passing completions. Minus 130 is what you're getting it over on Sleeper. Consensus odds are minus 132, so a little bit EV is there as well. Let's keep going. Nothing for parlay play up at the moment. DraftKings. DraftKings, you got some good ones. Dustin Hopkins under 1.5 field goals made. Minus 135 is what you can get it on DraftKings for. All right. And minus 143 is the consensus. What does that tell you? It's great EV over on DraftKings. All right. Patrick Queen over 7.5 tackles plus assists. You can get it at minus 135 on DraftKings. It's minus 142 on average other places. So, again, another solid EV spot. So, those are going to be your top two options there. All right, last but not least, Fliff. Nothing too crazy. Najee Harris over 17.5 rushing attempts is interesting. It is a very good EV spot here, even though the chances hit is 49% because the odds are so low. But nonetheless, the payout is solid, and it's plays like this that end up getting a lot of that money back when you do lose other slips. You're getting it at minus 105 odds on his over on Fliff. Over 17.5 rushing attempts. Minus 105 on Fliff. Let's check his rushing attempts over here on DraftKings. And again, we use a whole bunch of sportsbooks, but I'm just using this just as an example. Minus 120 on the over at 17.5. So you've got the minus 120 consensus odds on average, and you also just saw the minus 120 on DraftKings, and you can get it at minus 105 on Fliff. So over that 17.5 rushing attempts on Fliff at minus 105 odds is incredibly EV. Solid spot there. George Pickens over 55.5 receiving yards, minus 120 on Fliff, minus 126 consensus. Not too big of a differential. Don't really got to worry too much about it. All right, let's move on. College football, Dylan Raiola over 211.5 passing yards at a 6.5. Sportsbook differential. Sportsbooks on average are at 218. Brandon Locke over 187.5 passing yards at a 6 sportsbook differential. Darian Dupree over 29.5 rushing yards at a 5.5. There's some great sportsbook differential plays right there for college football. Let's go ahead and move on because we got a lot of data we can go over here at Props Made Easy and go over a whole bunch of different tools. I want to make sure I touch on everything that y'all could see. College football, same line. Same situation as we just did with NFL. We're going to come in here and find the absolute most EV options that we possibly can. So right now on Prizepicks, nothing too crazy. The over touchdowns for Tucker Gleason, it's all right. Over on Underdog, you do have Cole Snyder under 1.5 passing touchdowns at a 53.03 chance to hit. Remember, Underdog, Prizepicks, Better, Dabble all have fixed payouts. Okay? So any green chances to hit right here, that is EV. That is the big EV plays on those sites. You want to get those green chances to hit. The highest the consensus odds you can find on those fixed payout sites, the better. But when you go to a site like, let's go ahead and move on to Parlay Play. When you go to a site like Parlay Play, oh, we don't have the EV showing here. Hold on a second. It should be. Okay. So maybe in a second I can come back to that, and our developers will already have that up. All right, so let's move on. Anything on FanDuel? Okay, so we'll come back to this, okay? We'll come back to this. All right, moving on to NBA. All right, starting off with Prizepicks as always. Prizepicks has the fixed payouts. Regardless if you go over or under on a play, you're getting the same payout, blah, 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 blah. So, Zach LaVine over 8.5 rebounds plus assists at 52.3 chance to hit on the over. Minus 134 consensus odds throughout the industry. Minus 149 highest odds on Parlay Play. Projection of 9.25. 52.3 chance to hit. Obviously, we like to see those green chances to hit for these fixed payout sites like Prizepicks, Better, Underdog, Dabble, all that good stuff. But it is what it is. We take what we can sometimes. All right. Taurean Prince under 10.5 points plus assists at 51.84 chance to hit. Minus 131 consensus on the under. Minus 135 highest odds on Caesars. Projection of 8.96. Again, the thing that sticks out here is that I need to consistently remind y'all is The difference between Props Made Easy and other places is the AI technology simulated projections. 10,000 times they simulate these games down to the play level to give you player projection data. Take advantage of that type of data that you have at your fingertips at Props Made Easy. All right? But nothing too crazy on Prizepicks right now. Nothing really to write home about, but I'm sure we can find some great plays on some other areas. Prizepicks Demon, Kobe White over 2.5 turnovers, has hit this in 65% of his last 20. We look over his last 20, he has hit this in 65%, averaging 2.65. So to get that as a demon line is pretty interesting for sure. Underdog, Dylan Brooks over 4.5 rebounds, assists at 53.73. Better picks. Nothing too crazy right now. James Harden over 2.5 made threes is 52.81 though. Again, fixed payouts on better, but yet your consensus odds are minus 137. Great spot for James Harden. Tracy Jackson Davis over 6.5 rebounds, assists, 52.45. Consensus odds minus 135 throughout the industry. Fixed payout on the over 6.5 rebounds, assists. So again, you use this strategy and you're consistently playing these top plays with projection data on the same side as well. You will consistently start to see that money come in. And you're going to have down times, down moments. But those big outbursts are going to end up making you profitable every month. Those up moments. Clint Capella is a great one over on Dabble. Over 0.5 blocks at 54.58 chance to hit. Fixed payout side over on Dabble. Minus 147 consensus odds on the over. That's crazy. That's huge EV. Great spot on Clint Capella over 0.5 blocks. I would definitely lock that in. Vivid picks. Dylan Brooks over 4.5 rebounds and assists. Over on Hard Rock, the most EV play right now is Zach LaVine over 8.5 rebounds plus assists at 52.3 chance to hit, but minus 120 Hard Rock odds. You can get this for minus 120 on Hard Rock, but yet the consensus odds are minus 134 and upwards of minus 149 on parlay play. Projection of 9.25, so good spot on the over. Zach LaVine, 8.5 rebounds, assists. Clint Capella over 0.5 blocks. And minus 135, you can get it on Hard Rock. Minus 147 is the consensus odds for his blocks. So, again, let's go to NBA real quick. Defense. Go to blocks. Clint Capella over 0.5 blocks is at minus 154 odds over on DraftKings, but you can get it at minus 135 on Hard Rock. Again, minus 147 consensus odds throughout the industry, but you're getting it for minus 135 on Hard Rock, which makes it the second best EV play on the day. All right? Some great options there. Fliff. Fliff is a really good one as well. Pascal Siakam under 3.5 assists. Again, you're not getting, like, these are already in order from the most EV. Okay, so regardless of chance to hit in this situation, they're going to be the most EV, okay? Matter of fact, the red ones are going to have the higher payout EV ones. But nonetheless, it's going to hit a less common amount of times as these other ones will. But those limited amount of times that this does hit, you're going to have a higher payout there. Pascal Siakam, under 3.5 assists at 55.7 chance to hit. You can get this at minus 145 on Fliff, whereas you get it for minus 154 consensus odds throughout the entire industry. So great value grabbing it at the minus 145 on Fliff. Damian Lillard over 3.5 rebounds at minus 145 odds on Fliff. Minus 152 is the consensus throughout the industry. Highest odds of minus 175. Clint Capella over 0.5 blocks at minus 140 on Fliff. Minus 147 are the consensus odds throughout the industry. So a few of the best spots are the under on Pascal Siakam 3.5 assists and Damian Lillard over 3.5 rebounds. Those are going to be your most EV. Over on FanDuel, Tyus Jones. This one sticks out and looks interesting to me. Tyus Jones, under 6.5 assists is at the top of the list. Why? Because it's plus 100 odds. You can get Tyus Jones for plus 100 odds on the under 6.5 on FanDuel right now. Just for shits and giggles, let's check DraftKings. Let's see if they have it up. All right, for Tyus Jones, they don't have Tyus here. Let's check FanDuel. Tyus is on, I'm blanking on his team right now. Tyus is on Phoenix. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Hold on one second. Boom. Player assists over here. Tyus Jones. Where you at? Tyus Jones over 6.5 at minus 128. Over 6.5 at minus 128. So there is, FanDuel is one of the many sportsbooks though. Okay, so as you can see, FanDuel likes the over in this spot, but majority of the sportsbooks who have lines right now have the under for Tyus Jones. So you can get it for plus 100 on FanDuel. Wait, I'm confused. Plus 100. Hold on one second. Plus 100 on the under. Oh, grabbing the. Okay, my bad. I'm confusing myself right now. So okay, all right. The most EV option. Let me just get back to this. The most EV option. You can get this for plus 100. Why was I looking at the other side? Why was I looking at? Okay. Anyway. Okay. So the under 6.5 assists is going to be your best bet. You can get it for plus the under 6.5 for plus 100 on FanDuel. The odds on average, okay, are minus 124. Yeah, on the over. Okay, so that makes the under 6.5 assists. I don't know. I'm confusing myself right now with this. Anyway, that's the best EV spot. There you go. Miles Turner, under 16.5 points. It's late, man, and I'm sitting here trying to go over these numbers in my head. Miles Turner, under 16.5 points. You can get it for minus 104 on the under on FanDuel. 16.5 consensus odds are minus 121. So you're getting it for some good odds over there on minus 104. What was confusing me is I was comparing the line to FanDuel. I shouldn't have done that because this is for FanDuel. That's what was throwing me off. This is FanDuel. I can't use FanDuel if I'm trying to compare to other sports books for FanDuel. I confused myself by doing that. Anyway, Dame Lillard under 7.5 assists, minus 136 odds on FanDuel, minus 152 consensus on other places. So let's look at DraftKings for the under on Dame Lillard assists. Sorry, is it the under? Yeah, the under on 7.5. Okay, the under on 7.5. So over on DraftKings, the line is 6.5. It's a whole point less. Okay, so you can't compare that one. But the books where you can, who are on the same lines of 7.5, are at minus 152 consensus odds. So great options over there on FanDuel. Sleeper. Dylan Brooks over 4.5 rebounds assists. You can get this at minus 132 on Sleeper. Consensus odds are minus 142 for this. So good EV there. Nikola Vucevic over 2.5 assists. Minus 137 is what you can get it on Sleeper at. Minus 142 are the consensus odds. So EV. All right, those are kind of the top two best options there. For parlay play, you can get Dylan Brooks over 1.5 made threes at minus 120 odds on parlay play, whereas his consensus odds are minus 134 on the over 1.5 made threes. So good value at taking it on parlay play at minus 120. Draymond Green under 2.5 steals plus blocks is minus 144. You can get it on parlay play. It's minus 153.8 consensus odds other places. So two really good EV spots right there on parlay play. Last but not least, DraftKings. Stephen Curry over 4.5 made threes. You can get this line at minus 130 on DraftKings. Consensus odds are minus 150 throughout the industry. So you're getting it at great value at minus 130 on DraftKings. Let's check FanDuel for Steph Curry's three-pointer made. I'm not going to check DraftKings because we're looking at DraftKings. Let's check three-pointers made for Steph Curry. Three-pointers made for Steph Curry over. FanDuel likes the over 4.5 at minus 148. You can get this on DraftKings at minus 130, which is why it's at the top of the list, why it's fantastic EV. Draymond Green under 2.5 steals plus blocks at minus 135 odds on DraftKings is what you can get it at. Minus 153 is the consensus for him. Again, if we go to FanDuel and we look at steals plus blocks for Draymond. Oh, sorry. Let me player combos. Do they not have steals plus blocks up yet? They don't have steals plus blocks over here yet. I don't see it. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't see any steals plus blocks at the moment. Or unless I'm looking at something wrong. Nah, yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so they don't have anything up right now. But nonetheless, throughout the industry that does have steals and blocks at 2.5 for this line, minus 153 is the consensus odds on the under at 2.5 steals plus blocks. So I really like that spot as well. So Steph Curry's over 4.5 made threes. Draymond Green's under 2.5 steals plus blocks. Kobe White's over 4.5 assists. You can get this at minus 110 on DraftKings. Minus 110 on DraftKings. Just out of curiosity again. Let's go over here to FanDuel since it's not DraftKings, and I'm not going to make a fool of myself again. We're going to look at the 4.5 assists for Kobe White and see what his odds are. Kobe White's 4.5 assists. On FanDuel, it's minus 122 on the over. You're getting it for minus 110 on DraftKings. Again, that's what makes it EV. All right, you want to play plays like that. All right, anyway, let's move on. NBA Sportsbook differential, pretty tight lines, nothing too crazy, nothing going crazy. Fantasy, man, nothing crazy. College basketball, We do have some college basketball available on Prizepicks. One option that's kind of interesting, the under on Grant Nelson of 14.5 points plus assists is 52.4 chance to hit, minus 135 consensus odds on the under. Let's see, Fliff. Fliff has Clifford Amore as the, again, Fliff is not a fixed payout site, so it's automatically sorted by EV. Clifford Omorui over 9.5 points at minus 125 odds over on Fliff. Consensus is minus 128, so a decent little EV play there, but nothing too crazy EV on Fliff right now for college basketball. Everything's pretty tight. Nothing really for underdog. So let's move on. NHL. Nothing up at NHL right now for anywhere at the moment, but once we do have lines, we will have that. Prizepicks doesn't have any MMA yet, but right now you have underdog. You have Dong Hoon Choi under 66.5 significant strikes at a -6. Peter Yan over 90.5 significant strikes at a 5. I'm excited for that fight. Peter Yan and Davison is going to be good. Soo Young Yu under 44.5 significant strikes at a -4. So some of the top options there on underdog. All right. Nothing too crazy for tennis popping off. Yeah, nothing really sticking out for tennis. Nothing for soccer at the moment, but I do have the team looking at soccer. There hasn't been plays for soccer in a while. I get there's not great options available, not amazing AV options at the moment available, but I really want to get y'all something to be able to look at and help y'all. MBQQ under 31 first 2 map kills at a -1.5 will be our best CS2 option on the board right now as well on Prizepicks. Over on underdog, MBQQ under 30.5 is a -1. Moving on to Valorant, Amy over 10 first map kills at a 1 sportsbook differential, and Vanaya over 10 first map kills at a 1 sportsbook differential. So we did optimize the EV. So the sports in the areas of the Props Made Easy tools where you have chances to hit, you now have it sorted by the absolute best EV options. All right. These are going to be the options where you bet on them consistently. You will make a lot more profit on these. Okay, when comparing to other sports books, you have a much bigger difference there, and you'll be able to find those spots where you might be able to get a play at a +100 when it's really favored other places. You feel what I'm saying? So that's about it. We went sport by sport, man. I've been doing this video for about 30 minutes now. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Let's keep getting this money. Keep utilizing the Props Made Easy tools. Keep refreshing. Utilize whatever sports books you can in your city. Don't just sit stagnant on one specific sports book. And let's keep getting that money, man. Thank y'all for joining me as always, and I'm out. Peace. God bless.